Doubles and coffee. I apologize. Doubles and coffee is a bit late this morning. But this one, it's late because I had to research to deal with this one properly. Because a president senator appointed by a PNM president who preaches the gospel of the PNM, who was elected by the Electoral College only on PNM votes, a president senator, they feel so arrogant in whatever his life experience has been that he could attack the Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. So I will have to deal with him succinctly on ideas, on principles, and use his own words to sink him. Senator Anthony Vera, you came out with a scathing attack against the Honorable Prime Minister, who alerted the population to actions that were taken by two unknown president senators to try and utilize their position to gain something for votes. The Prime Minister has said and has always been of the position that she will do no such thing at any time, whether it's a vote for local government election, general election, or to pass a bill in the Senate. That has been her experience and that has been her position, and she's on the record as always holding steadfastly to that position. But Senator Vera, you publicly went out and attacked the Prime Minister, and I'm going to use your words. I'm going to quote you, Senator Anthony Vera, the senator appointed by Christine Kangaloo, the PNM president, who says to preach and spread the gospel of the PNM, duly elected in the Electoral College by PNM votes only. The PNM has since lost the election, which, if we talk about principle, means that those who subscribe to the principle of democracy, of mandates and so on, just like all the board members who were there under the PNM, who knew that they had to resign once the electorate had decided to go in a different direction. It should have been, if we adhere to the principles and convention of the democracy, that not only the PNM president should have resigned because the PNM lost and she was put there by the PNM and PNM votes only, but all those who she appointed to any positions across the board should also have done the right thing, principled thing, and resigned. But you all don't apply principle to yourself. You choose sporadically to have moral and ethical positions, Senator Anthony Vera. Let me read your attack on the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar and to everybody across Trinidad and Tobago. You see in this Doubles and Coffee, you know the Douglas don't normally tell all you or ask all you. Share it far and wide and you will understand. When Keith Rowley comes out and said the constitutional safeguards that we have worked as the bill, the Zoso bill was defeated, his constitutional safeguards by putting a PNM president with a PNM Balize flag in president's house to appoint PNM people. That's to safeguard the PNM position, the PNM oppression, the PNM tyranny, the PNM dictatorship, no matter what the people say, because the PNM don't care about the people. They don't think the people's voice is the voice of God. They think that they, the elites, run this country. So Senator Anthony Vera says, and I quote, when asked by Gail Alexander of the PNM Guardian, the PNM fake news media, which falls under the independent senator appointed by the PNM president, Senator Atz, who's on the board of Ansa McCall, but stays quiet when her Guardian media hires the wife, the common law wife of the former leader, the former prime ministerial candidate of the PNM, Asha Javid, as a political editor and investigative reporter, and all copy has to go to her in a two-party system. President Senator At sits on that board and stays quiet, does not insist on principle, on removing the conflict of interest, of upholding the journalistic integrity. Senator Atz also suffers from sporadic ethics, temporary moral positions, but I'll deal with her at a later time. Today is for Senator Vera and another one who looks like Coleman, but Senator De Labastide. Isn't it ironic that I'm going to deal with these two? like it's back in 1956 to 1976. But I would deal with them because the Douglas is here to deal with them. The elites and those who think that they're in charge without getting the support and mandate from the people, who feel that because of their position or who they look like or where they come from, that they are somehow in control of us. They have another thing coming. It's a different time and we are free. We are free at last. We are intelligent and we are brilliant and we are free at last to speak our mind. So let me quote from Senator Anthony Vera. He says about the Honorable Prime Minister who alerted the population to possible infringes of propriety, ethics and morals by two president senators appointed by the PNM president. He said that was done to gaslight, destabilize and discredit. If there is evidence of wrongdoing, says Anthony Vera, it should be produced openly and tested properly. If there is none, then these allegations ought to be withdrawn and treated with the contempt they deserve. That's Anthony Vera's selective indignation, his sporadic principal position. Because Senator Anthony Vera, let's follow your words only, forget the Douglas. Let's go with what you said. So Senator Anthony Vera, you brought a motion, Private Members Day, on the 23rd of November 2023. I was a UNC opposition senator. And you brought it to discuss the code of conduct for senators because in your opinion, you had been attacked and we were uncivil to you, Senator Vera, who you, at that time, who you purport to be an independent senator. Yet, you saw on the Bible and so on, you accepted instruments from Rohan Sinanan to be on a PNM board, a PNM appointed board, but yet you thought that that was right to also simultaneously hold an independent position. You see, sporadic ethics, sporadic morality. You also were in receipt of lots of briefs, how much millions of dollars from the PNM to do cases. So you wanted to take your cases and your briefs and be an independent. It don't work like that. Once anybody understands the principle of apparent bias, but you don't apply those principles to yourself. You only apply them to others. But unfortunately for you, Senator Vera, I have your Hansard from that debate. You see, the Douglas pays attention. This is why Doubles and Coffee are a little late. I have to get the quote exact. I don't want to produce anything false or fraudulent at any time. I want to be exactly correct. So, Senator Anthony Vera says of Kamala Prasad Visesa, she must produce the names now. The two names of those people that she made allegations of the president's senators who asked for favors for their vote. She must produce it now, or else she's just trying to gaslight, destabilize, and discredit. And if there is none, if there are no names, then these allegations ought to be withdrawn, says Senator Anthony Vera, and treated with the contempt they deserve. Well, let's go to your Hansard, November 23rd, 2023, Anthony Vera, when you were attacking UNC Senator Jayanti Lakshmi Dayal, and you said, and I quote, and two judges, you know, from the Court of Appeal, my goodness, big judges, important judges, judges who should be totally independent, who are supposed to be away from the fray, the Court of Appeal have sent WhatsApps critical of her rudeness. One judge saying that I was treated, I being Senator Anthony Vera, so a Court of Appeal judge is WhatsApping and messaging Anthony Vera, independent senator, to say the following, that they were critical of her rudeness. One judge saying that I was treated in an uncivil manner by a senator who, as a junior attorney, should have tempered her language. And the other, the next Court of Appeal judge, expressing horror at the lack of decorum and civility of parliamentarians, meaning UNC parliamentarians. When one starts attacking people Instead of ideas, it is a slippery slope, desk thumping by the so-called non-caucusing independent senators to that statement. So Anthony Vera, I now ask you, who were those 2 Court of Appeal judges who saw it fit and right to be partisan, to attack the UNC, to message you? How did they feel so comfortable to message you to attack the UNC? How did they know that you didn't have a proclivity or intimacy with the UNC? How were they so secure and sure that you were not on the UNC side and you would not have sold them out, because that goes against their protocol, that goes against their professionalism, that goes against their code of conduct for them to show that type of bias? Judges are the highest form of ethical conduct. They are beyond the scope of normal human beings. They are to be pristine. So are 2 judges messaging you to attack one political side is not on. It is wrong. It is unethical. And it required you to divulge these names. Have you done so? We are now 2.5 years later. Have you divulged those names of those 2 Court of Appeal justices who saw it fit to attack the UNC and say how we were vile and vindictive and wicked and malicious? Have you produced those names? Have you produced those WhatsApps? So therefore, I put it to you, sir, that you were gaslighting the population. You were gaslighting the senators. You were trying to destabilize the opposition and ensure that the PNM remained. And you were trying to discredit the United National Congress, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, and so on. And therefore, if there is no evidence of these WhatsApps, which there is none at this time, 2.5 years later, then these allegations made on the Hansard in the Senate against the UNC and UNC parliamentarians ought to be withdrawn and treated with the contempt they deserve, Senator Vera. And once you cannot produce it, you who have shown contempt for the Senate and the UNC, then you should resign. Not Anil. Not Anil words. Not Anil principle. Your words. Your principle, Mr. Sporadic, the indignation. And the next one. I went too long, but tomorrow I'll deal with you, de la Bastide. So look forward to it. Put all your lawyers on it. Because I want to go to court. I like to go to court. I have plenty court clothes. I have a nice suit. I'm in the gym. I getting fit. I'm running hard. Okay? De la Bastide. Where he is now in the Oval Lineman. You kind of look like Coleman, but too. You, Lewis, and Vera. How come all you're attacking Kamla Persad-Bissessar? So what is this? Are you trying to make a comeback? Is that it? No. Because we will discuss principles and ethics. So you, Senator Vera, based on your indignation and your statement about discrediting and gaslighting, if you do not produce the 2 Court of Appeal judges who claimed that the UNC was terrible, we were vile, we were disrespectful, and that a junior attorney should have bowed to you, we don't even know why you get senior counsel. Tell us why De La Bastide gets senior counsel. What big cases he did or he did that deserve that? All you see, all you play games, all you're not on merit. You see the Douglas? I believe in merit. When you're good, you're good. When you're fast, you're fast. If you swim best, touch the wall first, you win. If you're bright, go ahead. Not the PNM and not PNM president senators who believe that they are big and selected because the Balizé juice flowing in their blood. The PNM is deleterious to merit. The PNM puts dunces who don't do maths as Attorney General. They put our next tight pants dunce who lost every case as Attorney General. And that's what you all support. That's what you all prescribe to. So Senator Vera, using your principle, I await you releasing the names and the WhatsApp messages of the 2 Court of Appeal judges that you put on the Hansard, attacked the UNC, told you, felt comfortable with you to tell you that the UNC is bad, the UNC is vile, the UNC is disrespectful. And if you cannot produce that, or if you fail to produce it, then you have treated the Senate, the UNC, the population, and the Parliament with contempt, according to your words, Senator Anthony Vera. Am I attacking you personally, or am I attacking ideas and concepts and principles Senator Vera, over to you. Can you handle it? Can you take it? Or will you run and cry? Produce the two names, then the Prime Minister will follow you. Okay? You first. Bless.